In the previous video, we have studied mathematics and physics behind origin of Fourier series. In that video, we have derived the heat equation, we have solved it, and then we have studied how Fourier introduced the notion of Fourier series while solving this heat equation. Now in this video, we'll be studying several forms of Fourier series, including complex Fourier series, and we'll study its key property orthogonality to determine coefficients of harmonics. Now, general form of Fourier series is any function fx, it can be approximated by this right hand side, and which is a0 by 2 plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite an cos nx plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite bn sin nx. Now we need to find a way to determine Fourier coefficients a0, an and bn. And for that, we need to learn a very important property of pure harmonics, and that is called as orthogonality. Now, condition of orthogonality is every harmonic contributes uniquely to form a basis set, which simply means that inner product of any two harmonic is 0. Now, suppose we take a function fx, which is 2 pi periodic, that is, value of t is 2 pi, and if m is unequal to n, then this integral from 0 to pi sin mx into sin nx dx will be 0 if m is unequal to n. Now we can prove this also. If we multiply it with 2 and if we divide it by 2, then we can write this as 1 by 2, and then from 0 to pi, now this is 2 sin a sin b, which is cos a minus b, and that will be cos m minus nx minus cos m plus nx dx. Now if we integrate these cosine functions, we'll get them as sin m minus nx upon m minus n from 0 to pi, and then minus 1 by 2 sin m plus nx upon m plus n from 0 to pi. Now sin integral multiple of pi will be 0 and sin 0 will also be 0. So this expression is 0 and this expression is also 0. So this integral of sin mx into sin nx whenever m is unequal to n will always be 0. Now in the same way, if we look at this integral from 0 to pi, cos mx into cos nx dx, in that case we'll end up getting 1 by 2 cos m minus nx plus cos m plus nx. Again we'll have these signs, and again value of this integral will be 0. So basically orthogonality says every harmonic will contribute uniquely to form a basis set. Now we'll use this information to find these coefficients a0, an and bn. So we have this function fx, which is 2 pi periodic, and we need to determine a0, an and bn. Now if we integrate this equation from minus pi to plus pi, then we can write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx dx, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi a0 by 2 dx, and then plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite an, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi cos nx dx, and then plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite bn integral from minus pi to plus pi sin nx dx. Now this integral of cos nx dx from minus pi to plus pi will be 0, because if we integrate cos, we'll get sin, and sin n pi is 0, and here in this case it is an odd function, so integral of odd function from minus a to plus a will also be 0. So from here we can simply write this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx dx will be equal to a0 by 2, and then this integration x will be simply 2 pi. From here we can write this a0 will be equal to 1 upon pi, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx dx, which is same as our result. So now we know how to find a0. In order to find a0 for 2 pi periodic function, we have to write it as 1 upon pi and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx dx. Now we need to determine coefficients. Suppose ak and bk. So again we'll take the series fx and it will be a0 by 2 plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite an cos nx dx plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite bn sin nx dx. Now what we'll do is we'll multiply everything with cos kx and then we'll integrate it from minus pi to plus pi. So we'll write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx into cos kx dx and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi a0 by 2 cos kx dx plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi an cos nx into cos kx dx and plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite from minus pi to plus pi bn sin nx into cos kx dx. Now value of this integral will be simply 0 because integration of cos will be sine and sine n pi will always be 0. Now this second integral is also 0 because it is an odd function and odd function from minus a to a will always be 0, so it will be 0. So now we can actually write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx and will be equal to this summation n varies from 1 to infinite this integral from minus pi to plus pi an cos nx into cos kx dx. Now from orthogonality we know that value of all these integrals will be 0 if n is unequal to k. So for all the values of n where n is unequal to k, the value of this integral will be 0. So if we put all these integrals 0, then we can write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx into cos kx dx and will be equal to this integral from minus pi to plus pi and then the only integral that we'll get is when the value of n is equal to k, and if n is equal to k we can write this as ak and it will be cos square kx dx. Now we can write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx and here will be this ak and then we'll multiply it with 2 and divide by 2 and we know that 2 cos square x is 1 plus cos 2x. So we'll write this as this integral from minus pi to plus pi 1 plus cos 2kx by 2 into dx. Now it will be this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx and this is ak and we'll split it in two parts from minus pi to plus pi 1 by 2 dx and then plus ak by 2 and this integral from minus pi to plus pi cos 2kx dx. Now this integral again will be 0. So now we'll get this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx will be this ak and this is 1 by 2 and dx is x, so it will be simply 2 pi. Now we'll cancel this 2 with 2. So from here we can write this ak will be simply 1 upon pi and this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx. So this ak will be 1 upon pi, this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos kx dx. Now we multiply the series with sin kx. In that case, this integral will be 0, it will be an odd function, it will be 0, and again if we use orthogonality, we'll get this result that bk will be 1 upon pi, this integral from minus pi to plus pi, fx sine kx dx. So for any function fx which is 2 pi periodic, we can express it as a0 by 2 plus the summation an cos nx plus summation bn sin nx, where a0 is 1 upon pi, this integral from minus pi to pi, fx dx, and any general coefficient an will be 1 upon pi, integral from minus pi to plus pi, fx cos nx dx, and this bn will be 1 upon pi, this integral from minus pi to plus pi, fx sin nx dx. So this is how we find Fourier's coefficients. Now there will be questions where you will be given this function fx and we need to determine these coefficients a0, ak and bk. Now at times you will find this function fx will be either even or odd. So if the function fx is an odd function, then this integral will be 0. In that case, this a0 will be 0. Now fx into cos kx will also be an odd function. So in that case, an will be 0. So for an odd function, this Fourier series, it can be expressed as sum of sine harmonics. So it will be the summation bn sine nx, where n varies from 1 to infinite. And if fx is even, now if fx is even, then this integral from minus a to a, fx dx will be 2 times 0 to a. So we can write this a0 as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi, fx dx. This function will also be an even function. So we can write this ak as 2 upon pi, then from 0 to pi, fx cos kx dx. And in this case, this fx into sine kx will be an odd function. So if fx is an even function, in that case, bn will be 0. So if the function is odd or if the function is even, then in that case, straight away one of the coefficients will be simply 0. So for odd function, an is 0, and for even functions, bn will be 0. Now let us take up an example. Say for example, we are given this function fx, which is periodic in period 2 pi, and basically it is a square wave. Now this fx is minus 1 when x lies between minus pi and 0, and it is plus 1 when x lies between 0 and pi. Now basically this function, it is symmetric in the opposite quadrants. So this fx, it is an odd function, and since it is an odd function, basically a0 will be 0 and an will also be 0. So in this case, we need not find a0 and an. So for this function, we just have to determine bn, and we let this bn as 1 upon pi, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi, fx into sine nx dx. Now fx is odd, sine nx is odd, so odd into odd is an even function, and we know that this integral from minus a to a, fx dx, if fx is even, it will be given by 2 times 0 to a, fx dx. So we'll write this bn as 1 upon pi, and then 2 times this integral from 0 to pi, fx sine nx into dx. Now in between 0 and pi, this function fx is simply 1. So we'll put this fx as 1. So now we'll write this bn as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi, sine nx dx. Now we integrate this function. Integral of sine nx is minus cos nx upon n from 0 to pi. So it will be minus 2 upon n pi, and then cos n pi minus 1. Now we know that value of cos n pi will be plus 1 when n is even, and will be minus 1 when n is odd. So we have to take 2 separate cases. Case 1, if n is an even number, in that case cos n pi will be 1, then we'll have bn as 0. And the second case, when n is odd, value of cos n pi will be simply minus 1, Then we'll have this bns 4 upon n pi. Now once we have a0, an and bn, we can express this function fx as this summation n varies from 1 to infinite minus 2 upon n pi, and cos n pi is minus 1 to the power n minus 1 into sine nx. And essentially, if we put n as 1, we'll get this as 4 upon pi sine x upon 1. Now we put n as 2, it'll be 0. Now we put n as 3, we'll get this as sine 3x upon 3 plus sine 5x upon 5, and will continue up to infinite. So this is the Fourier series for given square function, which is an odd square wave. Now for this odd square wave, we have worked out this Fourier series as 4 upon pi sine x upon 1 plus sine 3x upon 3 plus sine 5x upon 5, and will continue up to infinite. Now the series on the right, which is Fourier series, it actually approximates this function. Now let us consider this odd square wave, and if we look at first term of the Fourier series, and it was 4 upon pi sine x, in that case this square wave will be approximated by this 4 upon pi sine x curve. Now if we take first two terms, then this approximation, it becomes better. Now if we take first three terms, it is even better than this first one. So if we take these infinite terms, in that case, for most values of x, this function will be approximated by this Fourier series. Now, at the point of discontinuities, Fourier series will always overshoot this function fx even for infinite terms. And this phenomena is called as Gibbs phenomenon. So if we consider infinite terms, then all these values, they'll be approximated well, except for the points at the discontinuities. And here in this case, there'll be this overshoot, and this phenomena is called as Gibbs phenomenon. Basically, Fourier series, it is nothing but an approximation of any given function. Now, one question that pops up in the head is, can every function be represented by Fourier series? And the answer is simply no. Only the functions which are piecewise smooth and continuous, they can be represented by Fourier series, and also the functions which are bounded in a given interval, those functions can be approximated by Fourier series. So for most of the cases, we'll be using this Fourier series for functions which are piecewise smooth and which are periodic. Now let us take another example. Now we are given a ramp series, which again is 2 pi periodic. So in this case also, period of the function is 2 pi. Now this function, it is symmetric about y-axis, and therefore it is an even function. Now we have to find its Fourier series, and for that we'll find a0. Now a0 for this series will be 1 upon pi, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx dx. Now this fx, it is an even function, so we can write this as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi fx dx. Now in between 0 to pi, this function fx is simply x, so we can write this as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi x dx. So it will be this 2 upon pi and then x square upon 2, which will be pi square upon 2. So here 2 and 2 will cancel, pi will also cancel. So value of a0 for this series is pi. So we can write a0 as pi. Now since it is an even function, we know that bn will be simply 0. So for this series, there will be no sign terms. Now we need to find an. Now we can simply write an as 1 upon pi, and then this integral from minus pi to plus pi fx cos nx dx. Now fx is even, cos x is even, so it is an even function. So we can write this coefficient an as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi fx cos nx into dx. Now in between 0 and pi, value of fx is simply x. So we can write this as 2 upon pi, and then this integral from 0 to pi x cos nx dx. Now we'll solve this integral using by parts. So this x will be our first function and this cos nx will be our second function. So now we can write an as 2 upon pi and then x as it is. Integral of cos nx is sin nx upon n from 0 to pi, and then minus this integral from 0 to pi, derivative of x is 1, and here will be sin nx upon n into dx. Now we put upper limit, sin n pi is 0 and sin 0 is also 0. So this expression will always be 0. So we'll get this an as minus 2 upon n pi and then this integral from 0 to pi sin nx dx. Now integral of sin nx is minus cos nx by n. So we'll get this as 2 upon n square pi cos nx from 0 to pi. So in this case it will be 2 upon n square pi. Now this is cos n pi and then minus cos 0, and minus cos 0 is 1. Now cos n pi is again minus 1 to the power n. So we write this as 2 upon n square pi, and this is minus 1 to the power n minus 1. So now we have a0, an and bn. So now we can write this function fx as a0 by 2, which in this case is pi by 2, and then plus this summation n varies from 1 to infinite 2 upon n square pi minus 1 to the power n minus 1 into cos nx. Now if n is odd, then in that case we can write this as minus 4 upon n square pi cos nx, and if n is even, in that case it will be 1 minus 1, which is simply 0. So we can write this function fx as pi by 2 minus 4 upon pi, and then it will be cos x upon 1 square plus cos 3x upon 3 square plus cos 5x upon 5 square, and it goes up to infinite. So this is the Fourier expansion of ramp function.